You're now listening to the 1130 podcast. Enjoy the show. Yo, what it do, everybody? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels. Y'all already know what it is, man. Welcome back, everyone, to the 1130 podcast. What's good, everybody doing out there on this Wednesday? You guys, man, we back at it. I'm back at it. You know what time it is. It's not 7:30. It is 11:30, man. It's time for the podcast. Good morning. Good morning to everyone who's listening to me on EB Radio this morning. And for those who are tuning in and watching on YouTube, whoop, whoop, man, for real. This is going to be a very exciting show, man. For real, very exciting show. So sit down, man, for real, and lock yourself in. But if you're new to the 1130 podcast and you've been hiding under a rock for the last 2 years, man, I welcome all new people here to the podcast. Hit that subscribe button down below on YouTube, like, leave a comment, and do all that great stuff. And don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. But you guys, man, like I said, the show, man, I got a good one coming up this week. But before we get into the show, shout out my guest who was on last week's show, AJ Hollywood. Appreciate you, my guy, for coming through on the show. It was really, really dope, man, for real. But you guys, man, we ain't gonna waste no more time. We gonna get into it. Man, I'm riding solo dolo, but you know that's all cool. I always get amazing feedback. It was like, man, I love when you do your show solo and stuff like that. But hey, man, this is gonna be a real dope show. I got some special news and a special announcement to make here on the podcast, you guys. First up, you guys, this coming Friday, my documentary, my life documentary that, I put out last year on my YouTube channel. And, I had a woman I had Mia from the Little David show, and I had David on, and she's a producer of the show. And I was just telling her about, this documentary that I got planned and it's coming out. And, I don't know what I'm doing. And she was just like, just start and everything will follow. And you guys, man, I'm so excited to announce that this coming Friday, my documentary, My Life Dre, My Life documentary will be airing on EBTV, you guys. Yes, this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for real. So go follow EBTV on all your favorite platforms, social media platforms, so you can stay up to date, man. It's a 10-part, 10-episode series. So get locked in. You're gonna enjoy it, for people, who reached out to me from when they saw it, they was like, bro, man, like really inspiration. I'm not giving that out, but for everyone listening here on EB Radio, and for those who are watching on YouTube, like you said, man, I always gain some new people here on the platform each and every week. So you guys, man, this coming Friday, the EB TV will be airing my documentary, DeAndre, My Life documentary. So make sure you head over and check that out, man, for real. But you guys, man, enough of the teasing, man, for real. Some special announcement that I gotta make, you guys. Real big announcement. I've been hinting about this for some time on the wrestling podcast, whether I was with Commission or chatting here, on EB Radio and YouTube, man. Okay, man. All right, let me get a drum roll, man. Let me get a drum roll. All right, ready. Here we go. All righty. Okay. You guys, man, I am going to be a dad. Yes, I am going to be a dad. Yes, man. My fiance is 2.5 months pregnant, and this is, going to be one of the, most best experiences, in my lifetime. Growing up, not necessarily growing up, but, I was just like, man, if I have kids, oh, well, but, of course, I always wanted to have a boy and stuff. And now, at this moment, every time she, mentioned the baby, she always called it a girl. So everybody say, man, it's going to be a girl. And we already came up with the girl name and everything. We go to our first appointment tomorrow. So, like, man, I was just like, man, like I had a guess and things went kind of like left with that today. And, some miscommunication. And I was like, yo, man, I don't know what I'm going to talk about on the podcast this week, man. And I'm like, Babe, I think this week is the moment. This week is the right time to go ahead and just say something to everybody. I'm not even just gonna put it on social media. I want people to tune in this week, and they're gonna be like, "Oh wow," But yeah, man, I'm gonna be a dad, man, and I'm super excited. I remember when I called my mom, and my mom, the first thing she said, "You rich?" She was like, "You rich?" But she always, just in the back of her mind, every time she seen me and Brittany, she was just like, "Y'all, when y'all gonna have your baby?" and stuff like that. And questions, grandma asks, stuff like that or whatever. But it is, like I said, it's amazing, and nervous and scared at the same time, because regardless, I pray each and every day throughout the rest of this 7 to 8 months or so, that my baby, my son, my daughter can come out 100% healthy and be, great and everything. I always, once I see, babe picking up, nah, put that down. Don't be lifting nothing. You ain't got it. Nah, what you doing? What you doing all of that for? I'm up here trying to clean up the room and straighten up, and she want to help me. And I'm like, I understand. That is real cool and nice of you, babe. I really do. But if you don't go sit yourself down somewhere for real, because she'll get it to a point where she'll stress out. She'll start stressing, and I don't want that to be. I want you to sit down and because we right now is planning the baby shower and stuff like that. And it's just like I said, I'm nervous, I'm scared, and and some people would say, like, why are you scared and stuff like that? Look at, man, I look at I never had a kid before. This is the first time, and I think another reason why I think I'm scared and I'm nervous is because I have a disability, and I want to make sure I give my son or my daughter, and not just because I have a disability, it's just the way my hands are and stuff like that. I want to be able to hold and do everything possible for my kid, no matter what. You feel me? And I think, hey, it's nothing I don't believe it can prepare anything that can prepare you for something like this, being a parent. You hear each and every year, especially when Mother's Day come around, Father's Day come around, and when you get Christmas, and just in general throughout the year, man, and just new parents, to be, and that you see, and everyone said, it's one of the most rewarding jobs, ever, and stuff like that. And so it's just, I'm just nervous and scared just at that, but just so excited, just so excited that I'm about to be a dad, a day. And I was I was just chilling with my fiance, and I'm like, babe, like, do they got anything for the men out there, that even though we ain't carrying the baby though, but do they got anything out there for like doctor's appointments and therapists and checkup? Yeah, not necessarily therapists, but do they did do the men get the routine checkups like the women do? You feel me? Not on the belly or nothing like that, but just like, like, okay, hey, Mr. Cherry, I'm glad you joining me this week here in my office. How's it going? How's your mental going? Anything like that? Did your baby mama lash out at you in the last 48 hours or anything like that? Just the little small stuff. You feel me? Because her, it's just, to me, and I'm just, being funny, man, just having funny on the show. And I'm just like, damn, babe, I'm, hey, you get pregnant now, and it's just, I'm just there now. You feel me? And I'm like, babe, like, for real, when they gonna call and check up on me? You feel me? I'm a little sleepy. I get sleepy at times. You feel me? I get a little hungry, some cravings or something. You feel me? We both pregnant here. Like, hey, yo, like, for real though, like, because I was just like, bro, like, I don't know, because everybody always, check on, rightfully so. I want my baby, I'm checking on her. Hey, did you take your vitamin? Hey, like, did you go eat? Please go eat, because sometimes she'd be like, I don't even feel like eating right now, babe. Go eat, and please take it easy though. But I'm at the point where I'm super excited. I'm super excited, and I'm just nervous and scared at the same time. But don't know what to expect. But I want all my fathers out there, and I can't wait for everyone to I can't wait to have people like Mama Life, who was here on the podcast, you guys, in 2020. Yes, I had Mama Life here on, and the special guest was my sister. So, it's just so many avenues that I know far as with the podcast and just my mind mentally and, everything, it's going to expand because, hey, I got kids now. You feel me? I'm going to need some assistance. You feel me? What I need to do. You feel me? So, my fiance Brittany, she talking about yeah, man, the baby crying, I'm gonna cry too. I'm like, oh baby, come on, you can't cry when the baby crying, you gotta be strong. You up here sitting wah, and you feel me, and you crying too. Y'all both gonna be crying, and I'm be in the room like, damn it, you know what, I should have talked to somebody or something. You know what, time to do the podcast or something, man. But yes, dog, like, I don't know, man, I'm new to this, and I need everybody's not necessarily support. And I know it's numerous of people. Like I told my mom, father-in-law, once I saw him, once the news break, because we got it, kept it a secret for a while. We was just keeping it a secret, and she went to go get the pregnancy tests and, got 2 of them and was like, okay, and, she went to the doctor and it was confirmed. And I told her, look it, let me know when you about to tell your parents and everything, because we, like I said, kept it a secret or whatever, and boom, found out she told her sisters and her father, and I'm like, oh yeah, so that's when I went to go tell my mom. But yeah, man, we got major support, bro, like major support. It was like we've been fucking on each other for this long. It was like, but all jokes aside, man, that's my baby, and yo, for real, I'm about to be a dad, man, and I'm just, at the end of the day, each day, I can't even put words to it. Every time I think about it, it's just like, it keep hitting me. It just keep hitting me and stuff like that. And they say having a child, man, changes you. And yo, from these last 2 years that I've been on this roller coaster, and I wouldn't necessarily say it's been a roller coaster, but it's just been a journey, man. Like these last 2 years been a journey. And for the coming 2022, and to get this news that my fiance she pregnant, because she was like, babe, I ain't came on in a minute. I'm like, for real? I'm like, for real? But and get this news, man, is just, bro, like, everything is just looking up, and I'm just blessed, and I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to just see another year, because man, like this year has been, hey, but despite what goes on in the media or whatever, anywhere else though, like far as, me and what's going on, man, like these last couple of years just been, awesome. And like I was saying, to start this year off, to get the news that, yo, man, you're going to be a dad, man. And I think that is awesome. And just, continuing connecting with people in the podcast world, people who reach out to me and like how I edit my podcast and do it, and be like, yo, man, you mind editing yo, bro, like hit me up, man. Like it's becoming, at times when I'm not doing this podcast, I sit and I take a moment and be like, yo, man, I'm truly thankful, man. I'm really truly thankful, because a couple of years ago, man, I was lost. I was lost trying to figure out what the hell what I wanted to do, knowing what I wanted to do. But man, I was lost, bro. I was so lost, man. And yo, I appreciate everybody once again for tuning in this week here on the 1130 podcast. And once again, yes, man, I'm gonna be a dad, man. For real, man. Just everything is looking up, man. Speaking of looking up, man, in the coming weeks here on EB Radio, I'm going to be celebrating my 1-year anniversary. Yes, with EB Radio, man. Yes, man. Yo, we be killing it here on EB Radio each and every week, man. We back at it here in the new year, and it's just been awesome, man. I just had a bunch of amazing guests, from Laquan, from my man Quan John, from Helen, from Chris, the Get It Off Your Chest podcast, CC, Mario J, just to name a few, man. It's just been so much. That's like one thing. My little brother hit me up, once he got the news, because once I told my mother, whoo, the news got around real fast. And he called me. He was like, yo, bro, what up? I was like, what's up, bro? He was like, yo, man, congratulations. And I'm like, I'm just waking up at that moment. It didn't even really hit me or whatever I'm like, oh, okay. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Like, for real, man. And he just, had the podcast going. And I'm like, man, it's going dope, man. It's going well. And he was like, man, I'm looking, and I learned, people might not comment. People, they might hit that like button or whatever, but they see what's going on. They see but, he was just like, man, I see what you got going on, man. And I like what you do, like you get other people podcasters and they just interview people from their city or their state, and which is dope, rightfully so. You trying to put on from where you from, right? And, from what I'm doing, not too many DC people that I know or, want to be on the platform or, willing to be, and you ain't got to be vulnerable, man. Just, coming on, just sharing what you got going on. But I guess I wasn't the famous or popular kid in school or whatever. So, people who, I seen the guy, not naming no names, but very popular in school. He got a podcast and, it kind of like, went up, off the strength of this, I want to say, fan base or crew or community that he built already. So I had started from the ground up. I was just the guy that was in the wheelchair. People knew. Yeah, he was just like, man, I love how you had different people on the podcast each and every week, man. Variety of stuff, man. So man, I try to keep doing it, man. Each and every week has been awesome here on the 1130 podcast. So yes, man, in the coming weeks, man, in 2 weeks, man, I will be celebrating celebrating the 100, excuse me, golly, man, I'm all tongue twisted. I will be celebrating the 1 year anniversary here on EB Radio. Yes, you guys, I want to thank everybody who tune in each and every week on EB Radio, who download the free EB Radio app, man, because everybody who know me was like, man, you on a radio now, man, yo, and I'll be like, yeah, man, EB Radio, download it. And, I gotta, guide them, in the Play Store, the Apple Store, because, but hey, man, I appreciate it all, man, for real. This has been a blast, and it's going to continue to be a blast. We just getting started, man, for real. I'm going to be a dad, man. I'm excited with that. But you guys, man, we're going to move on here on the 1130 podcast. How was you guys' weekend? Man? For real, because my weekend plus football was awesome. One of the legendary NFL playoff weekends that we can remember. Man. Like, we had the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Green Bay Packers, and which was a dog-out game, man. The defense was played, and I loved it how it came down to the wire, and all of these games came down to the wire. But San Fran and Green Bay, how it started snowing, and it was like, okay, all right, in the build-up of Aaron Rodgers, would he stay in Green Bay or is he leaving, or this is final season or whatnot? It's like, that's all up in the air, and then you got the 49ers, man, who is trying to make it back to the Super Bowl. So I was like, you know what? I got the Green Bay Packers. I had the Green Bay Packers, but they lost by a freaking field goal. Then we turned to Cincinnati and Tennessee. Yes, Tennessee is the number one. They was the number one seed, right? And they get knocked off by Cincinnati. Yes, I was super shocked right there. And it came down to what? Yes, a field goal, man. Like, you couldn't make this up. Then we get to game 3, where it was the Los Angeles Rams, you guys. Yes, the Los Angeles Rams taking on Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that came down also to a field goal. So I was saying it on the Commission Talks on Off the Top Ropes podcast. I was like, Tom Brady ain't going back. He ain't repeating this one. Last year was just off the strength. Like, you know what, man? I just came off of being with the Patriots for X amount of years. I won X amount of Super Bowls with Bill Belichick. I'm here in a new city, new state, or whatever. I'm gonna prove that I'm the man, and I'm gonna win. I'm gonna win another Super Bowl ring. And this year, he did not do that at all, you guys. He did not do that. And he lost to the Los Angeles Rams by another field goal. I was like, bro, like this is something else. You feel me? My man Whip Dog from the Wrestlers, Heroes, and Insiders podcast was like, man, the NFL equals WWE, man. For real. And I was like, really? Until I saw the last game this past Sunday night, and I was like, bro, the drama, the anticipation, the intensity, the electricity, it didn't even have a roof on the stadium, and it was just going crazy. Shout out to all those fans who sit in them stadiums, man, throughout the cold. We're like, it's middle of January, my God, middle of January. I'm not gonna be sitting in the stands, bro, like cold. But nonetheless, hey, to each his own, though. To each his own. But yeah, we get the last game on Sunday night. Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills, and it came down to the wire, you guys. It came down to the wire. In the last 2 minutes, more than 20 points was scored. More than 20 points. And the crazy thing that got me was like, yo, my man Josh Allen, he's the future. He's the future. Yes, Patrick Mahomes is the present. He's the man right now. Patrick Mahomes is the new Tom Brady. For real, he the new Tom Brady, though. Like, Tom Brady about to, like, go off into the sunset. Like, okay, I'm straight. But Patrick Mahomes is the new Tom Brady, and that my guy Josh Allen, he's going all the way to the top for what he did to take his team all the way down to the field to score. And less than how many seconds or minutes it was, bro, it was fantastic. It was beautiful. You feel me? It was beautiful, man. I was like this, and I was rooting for the Buffalo. Really rooting for Buffalo, man. And I know a lot of people, man, like, oh, man, everybody. And it's crazy, though. It is really crazy. Once you start, it don't matter who you are, what you do, what you achieve. As soon as you start achieving a certain amount, a lot of success, which is huge in that amount, bro, people despise you. People can't wait till you fall. They praying on your downfall. Oh, man, I wanted to lose. You feel me? Like, it's so crazy, though. Like, we all was like, yo, man, Patrick Mahomes is the new guy. And now he's here, and he's whooping ass and probably about to be going back to another Super Bowl. And everybody like, man, F Patrick, man. Like, come on, man. You feel me? Like, oh, and it'd be a lot of the brothers, too. Like, come on, man. Let that brother do what he doing and succeed, though. But nonetheless, I was rooting for Buffalo, man. But then Josh Allen left Patrick Mahomes 13 seconds on the clock. Patrick Mahomes just ain't just anybody, man. Like, he is the GOAT, man, or the new GOAT, whatever. He's the GOAT, bro. You left him with 13 seconds on the clock so they can tie it up. They was ahead 3 points, man. They was ahead 3 points, and they went for the 2-point conversion just so they can be up by 3 points. Just so they can be up. And then guess what? Patrick Mahomes drive him down the field, get the field goal. If Buffalo did not get the 2 points, Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs would have just went in and won it without even going to overtime. You feel me? Shout out to Pro Fan Sports Podcast. My man John Latador was like, yo, man, they gotta figure out something, man, with this overtime coin toss, man, to because the coin toss is determining some of these players' future and fate. Like, they went overtime, coin toss, Kansas City won. They went down the field and they scored, man. Like, bro, like, you literally thought Buffalo had that. Boy. And I don't think, man, like, despite this past weekend, man, I hope all my Cowboys fans are healing up right now, because you guys had memes for days a couple of weeks ago. And look at, my Ravens out of the playoffs. Of course, we lost. We lost to the legendary Ben Roethlisberger, who had his final season here. Final season in the NFL. Shout out to him. Kudos to him. It's never gonna be no one like my guy Ben Roethlisberger. But hey, it is what it is. It's next year. We go back to the drawing board. Get my man Lamar Jackson healthy, and we can go from there, man. For real. But yeah, man. It been a crazy weekend, crazy couple of weekends of football. So it's going down to the AFC Championship game. We're gonna have Cincinnati and Kansas City next week, and also we're gonna have San Francisco taking on the Los Angeles Rams, I believe. Yes, I believe that is going down, man. If I'm wrong, please correct me though. But yeah, man, look it. I'm excited. I'm super excited. It's a wonderful time, man. Wonderful time to be alive, man. I'm gonna be a dad. I'm loving it, man. I am loving it. I hope you guys are loving this episode. If you're watching on YouTube, man, make sure you hit a comment, leave a comment down below, and like. Yes, hit that like button. Hit it, and make sure you subscribe and keep continuing telling a friend about the 1130 podcast. You guys, for real, man, I'm having fun here on the podcast. It's been an amazing show. I had a huge announcement to tell you guys, the EBTV that will be airing my documentary, DeAndre, my life documentary, this Friday on EBTV, you guys, at 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure you tune in, you guys. Follow EBTV on all social media platforms and subscribe to EBTV on YouTube, man. Yes, for real. And also, you guys, as I've been saying majority of the show, I'm going to be a dad, man. So that's going to be a fun experience, and I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait. I'm having fun here on the show, you guys, man. I'm going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I got the hot seat, man. Yes, some questions were sent in, man, and I'm back in the hot seat. I got the WTF moment and more, man, for real. Stick around. Don't go nowhere. You're listening and you're watching to the 1130 podcast, you dig?
You put a lot of time, energy, and effort into creating your podcast. We believe you should be rewarded for that. Introducing Ads by Anchor, a better way for podcasters to earn without compromising the listener experience. There are 3 flexible options. First up, ambassador ads. Once you're eligible, you can start earning money by telling others about Anchor and your podcast. Then there's automated ads, which allows creators to tap into top brands through the Spotify Audience Network. Simply select where you'd like sponsor-read ads to appear in your show. They'll be automatically inserted and tailored to listeners' interests. And for Anchor creators with the highest listener engagement, there's premium sponsorships. We'll match you with brands that want to advertise on your show. You pick which ones to read for in your own voice. Podcast monetization is within reach for more creators and easier than ever with Ads by Anchor. Made for everyone, powered by Spotify.
Yo, what up? This your boy Kenneth Stones, aka Coffee Weaston.
This your boy DOE Good Brother Bowl.
And we are the Dirty Hills. You already know, man, you tuning in to 1130 podcast. Mm-hmm. Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Dude, that's my job. Not 7:30, but 11:30.
Yeah. And you have been Dirty Hills approved.
Yo, we back here on EB Radio and YouTube. Appreciate everyone sticking with me throughout the commercial break. Having some fun here on the 1130 podcast this week, man. If you just tuning in, you guys, I had a huge announcement at the start of the show. I'm going to be a dad, man. Yes, man. I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I'm scared. I'm nervous, man. So all my fathers out there, please drop your daddy comments, man. Your daddy advice. What should I do? For real, man. Give me all the advice, man. For real. But yes, man, it's been an amazing show. I got the WTF moment is coming up, and I am going to be in the hot seat, you guys. But before we get back into the show, as you see my dope hoodie right behind me, and as you just see with the 1130 podcast shirt, get you some merch right now. The 10% discount deal ends at the end of the month, you guys. Go to Bonfire. Actually, hit the link in my bio on Instagram. That's at the 1130 podcast _. Yes, hit the link in the bio, you guys. Go to the 1130 podcast apparel Bonfire store and get you some merch. Use the discount code Happy New Year 1130 pod. Yes, the discount ends at the end of the month, January 31st. Use the discount code Happy New Year 1130 pod and get 10% off your dope hoodies, your shirts, your hats, all that. For real, man. Get you some merch. For real. But you guys, man, we gonna move on here on the podcast, you guys. Before we, move on, prayers go out to Regina King, man. She lost her son, our only son, by suicide. It's very, 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 very sad. Very sad, and prayers go out there to her family and loved ones. she was like, just keep her, family, let her family get some privacy and stuff, and rightfully so, and grieve in private. And man, for everybody, man, just struggling and need some help, turn to somebody, man, and just, call someone. Like, really, really sad, really, really sad. Man. Speaking of sad, man, I know, we got some, sad news, man. Gun violence, man. Like, everybody, man, what's going on in the country, man? Up in New York, man, in Texas, here in DC, this past Sunday night, in Maryland, the school shooting, bro. Like, what is going on, man? You guys, man, need to put the guns down. Just need to put the guns down. And when I saw the incident with the school shooting, and I was just talking to my father-in-law, and I was like, bro, like, man, like you hate to see this keep happening, man, but like where's the counsel? Like, where's the real help at for these individuals in the schools, man? And the school shootings just keep on happening, and I don't know, I'm not there, but it's just my assumption that someone is getting bullied, and I'm like that is some serious stuff. And kids, young kids taking their life, over bullies and stuff like that, and obviously with the protests and certain stuff going on in the country, bro. Like, yo, man, it's really sad, with the officers, who's lost their lives in New York, and and the cops, fighting for their lives, like, it's sad, man. Really, really sad, bro. Like, we need to put the guns down and learn how to do better. We living in a time right now where we living in a pandemic. You feel me? Like, we got a virus. When you go outside, bro, like, if you get around too many motherfuckers, bro, the wrong, you feel me? They can kill you, bro. Like, yes, this is the time we living in right now. But yet we still got to worry about other stuff like this, bro. Like, it's really crazy. Like, bro, like, whatever beef that we had, we ain't got no more beef. I ain't the type of person that have beef with anybody, to be honest with you. But dog, like, it's a pandemic outside that's trying to kill us, bro. And you talking about we got beef? Shit, we ain't got no more beef. We ain't got no more beef. I got some beef hot dogs like in the refrigerator. We can get jiggy with that, but we ain't got no beef, bro. I tell you, for real, bro. But all seriousness though, man, like, mental health is definitely a major topic that needs to be talked about and needs to be had more, whether it's on a big platform or on a platform such as this here on the 1130 podcast, man. So everybody, we all going through something. Look at, I'm about to be a dad, man. I'm going through something right now. I'm nervous. I'm like, my fiance be yelling at me sometimes. I'm just like, you know what? I just gotta fall in line, man. I just gotta fall in line, bro. But man, like, hey, but all seriousness, once again, man, everybody turn to someone, talk to someone, get some help, man, for real. And once again, Regina King, prayers go out to her and her family, for real. But you guys, man, we gonna move on here on the podcast. You guys, man, it's time, you guys, for the WTF moment of the week, you guys. Yes. WTF moment of the week, man. Yo, I was watching the news. Actually, I was watching TMZ. This was so crazy, and I was like, bro, that's a WTF moment. But I'm like, so glad that the news reporter, the woman, is totally fine. She was doing her job. She was out, doing her news thing and stuff like that. And she did not have a cameraman. She just had, like, she was alone. She just, it was her and just the camera and stuff like that. And in the background, you see a car, looked like it was going forward, but slowly starts to turn left and hit the woman, hit the news reporter. This video went viral all over TikTok, and it went viral because of the anchor, the man on the left, the anchor dude, who's just, his response and, was just wow.
That we showed you yesterday, a reporter from our NBC affiliate in Huntington, West Virginia. She was hit by a car during a live shot. We're going to talk with Tori Yorgi in just a moment, but first, and she's fine, see, she's smiling, but we'll show you one last time that video that has captivated the world.
And now we're starting to experience, unfortunately, in freeze-thaw, we see this, water main breaks.
Oh my gosh, I got hit by by a car, but I'm okay. I just got hit by a car, but I'm okay, Tim.
That's the first for you on
okay.
TV, Tori.
Woo! We're all good. I'm okay. Yeah, that's live TV for you. It's all good. I actually got hit by a car in college, too, just like that. My whole life just flashed before my eyes. But this is live TV and everything's okay.
Okay,
Wow.
you can tell a lot about someone in a few moments like that. Joining us now from West Virginia, WSAZ reporter Tori Yorgi. Tori, good morning. We're so glad you're okay. I don't know.
Morning.
We're not going to show that video anymore. I don't know what your mother thinks when she sees that, but how are you doing? What did you think when you saw the video, and what do you think about this reaction you're getting?
Yeah, it's crazy. Thank you for having me. This is really crazy. When I saw it, I was really surprised because, you stand there waiting for your shot to go on air for a few minutes at least. And of course, right as I'm about to talk, it happens. And it just was amazing that it got so in the frame, everything. And just, while I was on, no video over me or anything. My mom was not, too happy. She's obviously in the Philadelphia area, so she didn't see it right away, but she was really upset in the beginning. But now that she knows I'm okay, my whole family, kind of same deal. They're a lot better now that they know everything's
Tori,
fine.
so many things struck us about that quick moment. One is the minute you fell down, you're like, I'm okay. And you were worried about the driver. Is the driver, I hope she's not upset. You were worried about your anchor who was talking to you to make sure that everyone knew that he was actually with you. It was like the most selfless, a bunch of selfless acts right there.
Oh, well, that's sweet. But no, it really was just because, and I've said this before, accidents happen, and that woman, bless her heart, she did not mean to do that. I could tell as soon as she got out of the car, and I just read her face, and I was like, okay, just calm down. Yeah. Everything's fine. I'm okay, and I think it was more scary. I thought I was going under, the tire initially. So I was kind of in a shock. I wasn't really hurt. It was just kind of scary. But yeah, the outreach has been phenomenal. I can't even thank people enough. It's been crazy.
Well, Tori, we know today's your last day there at WSAZ in Huntington. You're off to a new station in Pittsburgh. They are lucky to have a reporter like you.
Oh my gosh, that means so much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, and I know a lot of journalists are speaking out about this and safety, and I do think that's a conversation to be had, but I do just want to point out that I did not feel in danger. My boss is the first to tell me if I do to leave. I really thought I was in a good spot, but now going to Pittsburgh, I will definitely learn from this, and hopefully this will never happen again.
No, but
yeah, man, everybody was just like, yo, man, my man could have showed a little bit more sympathy. Are you okay? Are you really, he was just like, oh, what's going on there? So I'm, what the WTF, bro? What the fuck is going on, man? For real. I got one more slightly is a WTF, half a WTF moment though. But yo, man, last Tuesday, man, I was so sad, man, because I really didn't want to share this because not too many people who listen to me everywhere know, but people from DC, know about Metro Access and whatever. And I had this story a couple of times. Dog, I was so mad coming from a doctor's appointment last Tuesday, caught Metro Access there. I had an appointment time to come get picked back up from 5 to 5:30 p.m. And Dave was like, okay, the window is from 5 to 5:30. Okay, I got from 5 to 5:30 for them to come. It's 5:35. I'm like, hey, I'm calling them. Where's my ride? Where the transportation? Oh, they're going to be about 26 minutes late. Okay, cool. That's cool. 26 minutes in, call again. Hey, I'm checking where my ride at, and everything like that. Oh, it's going to be another 10 minutes. So then I call back again. I'm like, yo, I'm checking with my ride at or whatever like that. And then they're going to say, oh, yeah, it's on the way. But I'm like, come on, can you please check? Like someone just told me. And then the person had the nerve to say, well, you just speaking to me first. And I'm like, bro, look, you really got to be like that. You can look on the monitor. You can look on the system that my ride is to get picked back up from 5 to 5:30. And it's almost fucking 6:30. Bro, come on, bro. And I'm the only one in the lobby at Washington Hospital Center waiting for my ride to get picked up. You feel me? And the doctors who work the night shift, they just coming in. I'm just cold too. You feel me? I'm going in and out waiting, and I get back on, speak with the manager like, yes, Metro Access coming in 5 minutes. They pull up at the wrong part of the Washington Hospital Center. They pull up a block away. They pulled up they pulled up the wrong way, whatever. So I'm waiting, and then she said she's trying to dispatch them and get in contact with them. They not answering. So I guess that driver just said, "Oh, well, you're not here. I'm leaving." You feel me? And I'm like, bro. Then someone else came, he was like, "Yeah, I came from Southeast, bro." Like, bro, I ain't trying to talk to you. I'm like, man, do I still got to pay? The lady is like, "No, you ain't got to pay." But the Metro Exodus dude was like, bro, like, WTF, man? Like, how you going to have this service, bro, and don't be, accessible or be, like, I don't understand it. I really don't understand it, man. That blew me like a mud last Tuesday, man, for real. All right, but you guys remember, we're going to keep the show rolling, man. It's time, you guys, for the 11:30 podcast hot seat, you guys. Yes, man, it's time for the hot seat once again this week. I'm in the hot seat, you guys. Yes. Shout out to my guy Chris, who sent in some questions for me to be in the hot seat. Yes, my guy Chris Dasman, thank you so much, my guy. All right, we're gonna start it off right here, you guys. All right. When you were a kid, did you eat the crust on your sandwich or not? Yeah. Yes, but I know a lot of people who did not eat the crust on their sandwich and still don't to this day. Like, still don't. Like, my little cousin used to do that, and I was like, bro, like, why are you doing that? Like, my favorite sandwich when I was growing up, a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, man. I'm eating all of that. Give me the crust too, for real. Put my chips on my sandwich. Is it just me? All right, it's just me though. But yes, I tore the crust up, man. I still do eat the crust, bro. Like, you get fuller. You get fuller, man. Come on. All right. When you are old, what do you think children will ask you to tell stories about? Well, they probably going, what was you doing, at my age or something like that? You know what I mean? I don't know what they would ask you about. They probably would ask you a bunch of different things, where do Santa Claus come from? Where do kids come from? Just all a bunch of stuff. It's normally, though, when the guy or something get older, speaking for the men part, though, when they get older, look here, young man, man. When I used to play basketball, man, I used to shoot like 20 points. I had 6 assists. Now, I wasn't a rebound guy, though, but I averaged like 1 rebound, though, for real. Like, you feel me? I never went to the university, though, but my knee blew out on me, young man. You feel me? Like, but you know what? I tried to do on commentary, but the cigarettes got to me, for real. Like for real. Like, anybody know me, bro? If you been in the hood, it don't matter where you been. You cook the Metro bus, whatever. It's an old man gonna tell you, look here, young man, I know where you going right now, and I've been there. You don't want to go there, for real. Bruh, man, I done had it, man. Look here, young man, you know you can walk and get your ass about that shit, young man. I'm like, look here, old man, if you don't get out my face, for real. All right, we're gonna move on. All right, what do you think makes someone a good person? Just being true to yourself, being honest, being respectful, being kind, courteous. It's not so much, but it is so much that can into that it could be subjective to everybody. Everybody is a different what makes them a good person. And to me, I would say respect, honesty, just a lot of little factors into that, but definitely respect, being honest, having a good head on your shoulders, man, and just doing what you gotta do, man. Doing what you gotta do, ain't using no excuses for yourself, man, and just that's my answer for that. All right. When you want to give up, what keeps you going, bro? Like, man, it's really not those days where I'm like, I want to give up, but it is those days I be like, you know what, man, time for the podcast. I gotta get going in a minute, but man, it's like after I'm done, each and every time I'm done, whether I'm here chatting solo or if I have a guest, it's just like, bro, man, like that was awesome. It was worth it. I loved every bit of it, man, and it keeps me going. It really drives me. It keeps me going, and the feedback from having my guy Billy G. Williams on, and he was just like, bro, I love the way you edit it, man. And some people try to come on and use you to try to get what they need or whatever like that, and nah. But just the feedback, man, and just hearing people saying, man, even Babe, she be like, you done already editing? Like, yeah, like, or days that I gotta record a podcast and edit, such as like my wrestling podcast, man, and I love it, man. I love it, especially the editing part, because I get to sit back and do my little tricks and or whatever like that. But definitely, things like feedback and just remember where I came from. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me going, and just knowing that, look at, if I give up, ain't shit gonna happen. But if I keep going, we gonna get somewhere. Oh, we gonna get somewhere. Trust and believe that. Trust and believe that. Okay, how do you deal with arguments between family members? Look at, bro. Like I said earlier, I don't have beef, bro. I don't do that argument. I'm not a confrontational person. Nah, you feel me? Me might, have a little couple of words. Nah, I ain't about to argue with you. Because if I start arguing, my heart start beating all fast. Now I got anxiety. Now nah, I ain't got time for that shit, bro. You trying to kill me arguing with you? No. Hell to the no. Oh, nah, man, for real. Nah, but yeah, that's how I do it, bro. I don't argue with nobody, bro. Like, kill, man. Like, I stay to myself. If you don't like what got going on, you can get the fuck on out. All right. What annoys you the most? Ooh, I guess being told what to do now, like I'm a grown man, like being told what to do, or just been told what to do, or I guess that's been one of them, man. But it's so other many. What annoys me when people try to talk to me when I'm watching wrestling, and babe probably be like, okay, like, but she be trying to talk to me. I'm like, babe, if you come on, babe, like SmackDown is on, the tribal chief is in the middle of the ring, stop it. And she be being funny sometimes though, but all jokes aside, but yeah, definitely when people try to talk to me while I'm watching wrestling, or just people who just talk and just don't never end, bro. Like, I don't know. Oh, another thing that annoys me, bro, if you get pickles and onions on my McDonald's sandwiches, bro, like, come on, bro. Like, really? Oh, another thing that annoys me. See, I'm about to end it right here. I'm about to keep going. See, like, when I have a sandwich or something, bro, I can't eat it without chips, bro. Like, I gotta have me some chips. Like, if it's a peanut butter and jelly, whether it's a burger, like whatever it is, like a sandwich or whatever, bro, like, I gotta have me some chips to go with it, man. Like, and if I'm eating it plain, bro, I'm annoyed like shit, man. Like, but yeah, that's really it though. But you guys, man, Chris Styles, man, I appreciate you sending in the hot seat questions, man. And for me, damn, in the hot seat is always dope, and it's always cool to be on the other side, man. Definitely putting people in the hot seat. Man, this has been an amazing show here on the 1130 podcast this week. Once again, man, I'm gonna be a dad, man. If you tuned in late, yes, man, for real. This was a dope episode. I got some shout outs I want to give out real quick. Shout out to my guy Chris from Conversing with Chris and Me's of the podcast. Shout out to my guy Chris Osmond. Shout out to my guy Paul. Shout out to Mama Life the podcast. Shout out to my guy Henry from the Choke Slam Report podcast. Thank you for having me on your platform over the weekend. Shout out to Off the Top Roads podcast. My guy Blockhart Warren Marlowe with Buzzing with Marlowe. Commission Talks. We gonna be at it tonight, 5 p.m. this evening, you guys. Yes, on Buzzing with Marlowe. So tune in with Buzzing with Marlowe. Shout out to everyone. Shout out to Babe, Shout out to my newborn baby that's coming, man. Shout out to everyone who support the 1130 podcast. 6.7 thousand listeners on Talk Pro Wrestling, you guys. Keep on listening. Shout out to Tyree Taylor. Shout out to the Java Tears podcast. Shout out to the Dirty Hills podcast. Shout out to the EB Radio family for, the major support. Shout out to Helen, the Ride the Wave crew, everybody, man. All the DJs. Shout them out for real, man. We going up here in 2022, man, for real. And thank you guys, man. Once again, my documentary, DeAndre, My Life, will be airing this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on EBTV. So follow EBTV, you guys, on all social media platforms so you can keep up with the 10-part series, man, for real. And also, you guys, the 1130 podcast, Talk Pro Wrestling, all new episodes each and every Friday on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and even on YouTube. So make sure you tune in for that, you guys. Yes. And before I go, you know what time it is. Don't forget to follow the 1130 podcast on all social media platforms. Follow the 1130 podcast on Twitter at the 1130 podcast. Like the 1130 podcast on Facebook and subscribe. Yes, subscribe to the 1130 podcast on YouTube. You dig? Like it, leave a comment, do all that great stuff, man. Please. Yes, man. And also get you some merch, man. Hit the link in the 1130 podcast bio. Use the code Happy 1130. Happy New Year 1130 pod. That's Happy New Year 1130 pod. Get 10% off your orders, man. For real. You guys, man, I will be back at it next week here on the 1130 podcast here on EB Radio and YouTube. Man, I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. I thank everyone for tuning in this week. I thank everyone for riding with me. Let's keep riding with me, man. Share this episode. Tell a friend about the 1130 podcast because I'm going to be a dad, man. Yo, this was fun. This was a blast, man. You know it, man. Yo, it's your man Dre, a.k.a. Dre on Wheels, and I'm out.